In the last few days, TRUSTA has broken his unending silence and inactivity and decided to call time on his now 2.5-year spell as a world-leading player of the game. TRUSTA had been playing the game for a while before he grew his fame by making his own versions of Aftermath and Ice Covered Diablo X. He was also the creator of the mega collab Infrared before the rights were taken away by Viperin. He then started to gain very slow traction for his progress on Red World before Red World Rebirth was out, and he acquired a 144Hz monitor soon after, which unlocked a wealth of potential. He became an early-ish victor of Bloodbath in 2016 and coupled this by verifying the then top 50 demon The Flawless and becoming the first victor of Riot's Red World Rebirth later on. But this would all pale in comparison to his next achievement when in mid-year 2016 he picked up a copy of the then impossible Sakupin Hell and began verifying it. His precise wave skill and determination allowed him to beat this a few months later, and at the time Serv was beginning to wind his GD career down amid losing determination to complete Yatagarasu. As such, TRUSTA was handpicked by Serv to verify the now world-famous level, and he followed through on this, albeit controversially, in January 2017, becoming the catalyst for 2.1 to be released. Through 2017, he attempted to broaden his horizons. Extreme demon slaying turned into more personality-based content through GD playthroughs, namely his incredibly successful GD series Geometry Dash with TRUSTA. However, he has begun grappling with real-life commitments of late, and 2018 saw him go inactive. Though he had the odd bit of progress here and there on various demons, uploads were months apart and he has just 5 videos, all less than 4 minutes long, within the last 8 months. His last video was 4 months ago, not long after he promised a proper comeback on account of getting a new PC, which saw him gain the momentum to reach 100,000 subscribers. But in that third of a year, he hasn't uploaded a special or even got himself verified. A few days ago, on his community tab, he announced that he kept promising things but his GD spirit had died out. Not only this, but he'd lost his love for YouTube too, probably because, as Viperin elaborated on Twitter, he now has a full-time job, and he said that he regretted absolutely nothing from his career and the time he invested, but the time has now come for him to step down. This was a pretty surprising turn of events, and leaves a lot of things up in the air. WoW, his mega collab, will now have to go somewhere else, and Ouroboros, the spiritual mega collab successor to Yatagarasu, will now need an entirely new verifier. Generally, this is a big blow for GD. Though TRUSTA wasn't ever that active, especially in the last year, his status as one of the nicest players and most influential was far-reaching and will be felt throughout the community. Despite community-wide action and multiple heartfelt appeals, Riot has given up hope that his channel will be restored and has started a new one. Link is in the description, so go and subscribe. Riot's channel was terminated nearly 5 months ago after he violated a very vague rule in the YouTube Terms of Service that you cannot actively promote your Twitch streams in videos on your channel. This was a very strange rule and nobody had ever heard of it before. Riot definitely helped bring this to light. This came just after permanently quitting GD and he switched to Fortnite. It's a shame really because Riot's first few Fortnite videos were performing extremely well and the future looked very bright for him indeed. Riot was told, after grappling with YouTube, that he'd have to wait 3 months before he could reappeal. When this threshold was passed, it was Serv who reared his head in the situation to create a community-wide movement asking YouTube to release his channel, called #SaveRiot. Well, sadly, YouTube just failed to listen the entire time, and now Riot has come to the end of his tether and has decided to start afresh. He has now created a new channel with no content on there as of yet, but at least he'll be back on the platform to elaborate on his future plans and perhaps produce more content. RobTub emerged in the comments section of a recent level to wish everyone a Merry Christmas, and he also elaborated on some new features he is working on for 2.2. He claimed that he's been working non-stop on the update, but it was just much larger than he originally planned, and made light of it being the same mistake that he always faces with the delay for updates. He also claimed that he's implemented a new chat system for the new challenge mode, and he's also working on a new capture system in-game to prevent bots. It doesn't look like we're going to get the update before the new year now, but once again the community zeitgeist has been lifted by meaningful communication and progress from RobTub, and, for once, the community feels that little bit less toxic as a result. So keep an eye out, maybe January will be the magic month for the update once again. The legendary old Korean creator MaJackO, who played an essential role from evolving GD level design from standard blocks to actual art, and thus transitioning this game into the incredibly diverse indie platformer we see today, has shown signs of a potential return to the game. MaJackO's last contributions to the community were in 1.9, with the likes of Future Demoness, and a few mega collab parts, including one for the Ultimate Phase. However, his progress dropped off soon after. I can't remember if he was one of the Korean players who went to the military or if it was because of school, but he did unofficially plan a return allegedly in 2.0 for around this time. Well, there has been some recent activity on his account that might suggest this is now happening, as a recent preview was uploaded for a new core level. MaJackO invented the core series, and in his absence, the trend has been attempted by many other players, but caused controversy over arbitrary interpretations, something Endlevel was vocal about in May time when he released a rant on multiple things in the community. Though I'm often fairly critical of these Korean GD players returning out of the blue due to the fact that loads of passwords for people like Sari, Neptune and the like will still be available from the March 2017 server hacking, and hence anyone can get onto their account like they did with Neptune, I am hopeful that this is legitimate. The level is intricately designed and looks really good. Even despite years of inactivity, MaJackO clearly hasn't lost his touch. He used to upload previews of his levels back in the day before updating the preview levels to become the full versions. So seeing a core level preview is encouraging, and what a return it would be to this game for MaJackO just in time for 2.2. Wushi looks like he's back again. He's revived his channel Wushi, which had over 16,000 subscribers and has started playing levels again. In the last 3 weeks he's completed Catalyze, Singularity and now has 98% on Battle of the Shades, a record that has already attracted over 20,000 views on YouTube. Wushi quit playing about 5 months ago without much word, as he was making progress on 2 of Endlevel's extremely hard at Hacked Circles levels, Hyperparacosm and Arctic Lights. Now though, around a year since he launched his channel in the first place, he's started uploading again. The 3 new videos are not much, but Battle of the Shades progress, which he expects to be complete in about 1 to 2 weeks, is another reason why he's so different from many other players. Let's hope he can follow it through and become the first legitimate victor of that level among many others. Stormfly has acquired one of Riot's lost projects that we all thought was dead and buried with his departure, Necromancer. Necromancer originated when Riot and Namtar, 2 early victors of Necropolis by Neptune, were collaborating to make Necropolis. However, Riot never got around to finishing his parts, and in August 2017, Namtar removed his gameplay from Necropolis and finished it with all his own work, and was verified by TRUSTA. Riot's parts went into a layout named Necromancer, which has now been completed. Stormfly uploaded a video a week ago explaining that this level has actually been done for 8 months, but they could never find a verifier good enough who would accept it. In his 22% run on the level, Stormfly explained that its difficulty rivals that of even the Hell series and the hardest levels in that. He says he now has a verifier shortlisted, but fears it could end up being him, but we'll have to see what comes of it over the next few weeks. Glitch to Memories, an insane demon project by the Cursed team, has finally been finished and is ready for verification. Glitch to Memories is a pretty interesting project I was really interested in back when I first saw it. It features lots of original gameplay, but is blended with loads of remixes of clubstep, including Ice Carpet Diablo X, Red World Rebirth, and many others, but all integrated with a glitch theme, making the gameplay very tricky. It also uses a really cool clubstep remix and is quite long, and it even features appearances from levels like Tartarus and the original clubstep itself. Current verifier Sagayesta is sure to get a headache with all the glitch art, that's for sure. TC Team claimed on their channel that he will likely start the verification in the new year, so we can be excited for that fairly soon. Stormfly has returned to his crowning upcoming project, the Hellfield, once again, with a run of 37 to 93%. The Hellfield is an original Hell level, stemming from what was allegedly planned by Son, but never materialised. It follows the same horrific timing norms as the rest of the Hell series, but it will most likely be the hardest of the series. Poor Stormfly can't actually seem to acquire an enjoyable level these days, but having an original level to add to this awesome series will be a really nice addition for the top 50, so let's hope he can do it. Quite a lot has been going on with the list this week. RobTop's surge of activity has resulted in several recent extreme demons being rated, and they now all have been placed on the list. Photovoltaic 2, which was verified by Technical after Nobbleboy dropped it, has been placed at 20th. Above that, Artificial Ascent has been dropped below Stalemate Redux into 15th. Missing Benefits, a level by the recently terminated TGI, has been rated and now sits 1 place below at 16th. Catalyze has also been added at 21, meaning that Photovoltaic 2 is the harder challenge for now. Breakout Redux has been added quite a bit lower than I think a lot of us were expecting, at 37th. Phobos and Sukupen Hell have been swapped, meaning Phobos has been raised again and now sits above in 45th place. In the extended list, Downbase has been moved above Conical Depression into 55th. As for the stats viewer, Brian the Burger is now within touching distance of Sunx and will surely go to second soon, and if he continues this good run of form, which recently continued with his victory over Singularity, then the world #1 spot won't be that far off.